Hey everyone, I'm in Aliens Dark Descent and I want to give you a warning about the campaign death clock. This thing is set right at the start of the game, and if it runs out, it's game over, man. Game over. Okay, so if you look below me here, you see it says 2 days remaining until planet bombardment. My first serious playthrough of the game on medium level, I got right towards the end. I was working based on the stuff that I'd read online, how many missions there were, because it's not really clear in the game how many missions there are. And I got to what I thought was the last mission, and it turned out it wasn't. There was another mission after that, and I ran out of days. And the planet bombardment occurred, and that was it. Game over. And I was fuming because I'd done 30, 40 hours of gameplay, something like that, because I was spending time going back to each mission, exploring, all of the maps, trying to get all the collectibles. And I was like, what? I've got to restart the whole game. And basically I had, I think, 2 or 3 days left to complete the final 2 missions. And by going to an earlier save point, thankfully I had one just before, and I had to go like crazy through the missions with one visit to each mission. Which kind of annoyed me. I didn't want to rush that much. I wasn't aware that the death clock was going to kill me that bad, and not having that progress was difficult. So, spoiler alert here. I want to show you the list of missions to give you an idea of what you're working towards. So, if we hit the codex, we'll have a little look on locations. So you can see there's 13 locations. I can't remember whether there's 13 or 14 missions or something, but you can see we've got one left here. So I've basically got to hit the different areas and make sure I've got enough to get here. So if you're finding you're well on your way with the bombardment, you run out of time and you're going through these missions, you're nowhere near, you might want to give up and start again, because it is very frustrating if you get to the end and you've run out of game time. So is there anything else you can do? Yes, there is, but you can't change it in the game that you're at. So let's go back to the main menu. So let's have a little look at a new game where this death clock is, and then you can decide which is good for you. So medium is what it suggests to start with, and this is extremely challenging. I found it very difficult to complete this game on medium, and part of that was just a learning difficulty of understanding the classes and all of the many different systems in the game. And sort of by the time I was comfortable with it, I'd actually spent quite a lot of days scouting around. I was also spending quite a lot of time collecting all the data pads and all the various collectibles, and I wasn't really aware of the death clock being so critical. So on medium, you can see it says death clock campaign days medium, and on the right hand side, campaign death clock is somewhat challenging. And it is somewhat challenging. You want to be taking your time with each mission, but normally 2 to 3 days between missions, or before you jump to the next mission, is about all you've got if you're lucky. I think it ends about 48 days. So they give you some idea, and you've got like 13 or 14 missions to go for. So if you can nail some missions in 1 day, awesome. You've got to bear in mind healing time of your Marines. You've got to keep your squad nice and safe as possible. But that's important to bear in mind. Now, if you don't like the sound of that and you're really worried about it, you can change the presets here. So you can go to Story. So I move up the top. Story will set the death clock campaign days to easy. You're going to have much more time to explore all the maps. The only difference between each of these, apart from being more challenging, is the achievements that you unlock. So if you unlock it on medium, you will get the medium achievement. Hard, obviously, that nightmare, custom. So if we go to hard, you can see that the campaign death day, the death clock campaign days are restrictive. Nightmare, they're very restrictive. Or we can go to custom. So if you go to custom, this is not really going to have a effect on your the achievements that you get, but you can say, maybe you're happy with medium, but you're worried about that death clock. You could just set that to easy. The other thing you can look at is the save system. Permissive. It's going to give you more auto saves to work with. Then no one can hear you scream, which only gives you 2 auto saves. That is crazy. I think you want this system here, the permissive. So that's it for the death clock. Hopefully that helps you understand what it is, why it's important. Do let me know whether you got caught out with it or did you not, or are you starting the game now, and what you're going to go with on it. If you need more help with Aliens Dark Descent, do have a little look at my other video tutorials that I put at the end of here. Hopefully they help you out with the game. Anything else that you need help with that I don't currently cover already, hit me up with a comment. I'll do my best.